This month, Harrison Ford pretends to be Amish as we move closer to brothers in arms. Angela Lansbury writes up murders, whilst Dante and Randall show us how not to do customer service. Van Damme and Raul Julia face off. We take a trip down Stanley Road. Peter Capaldi shows us the future of politics. Anakin turns to the dark side. Mad Max returns. Geralt becomes a global star. And Nintendo sprays the battlefield pink.
I'd like to talk to you about a menace threatening humanity. It's happening right here, in our very homes, and corrupting the lives of our loved ones.
Maybe they're friendly.
Hello and welcome to episode 8 of the Electronic Edge podcast. This is the second time we've done episode 8 of the Electronic Edge podcast. Joining me in our Deja Vu episode is Paul.
Deja Vu. Yes, it is good to be back again. Hopefully, I'll remember all the funny, wacky things that I said last time, word for word. That's never, ever going to happen. But no, in all seriousness, I think there were some really, really good things to discuss in that first recording. So, let's get on with it. Something I never, ever say. And then, then we can obviously do episode 9 for the first time.
Just a reminder for everyone, this episode is the one where we break down May 1985, 95, 2005, and 2015. And we talk about movies, music, TV, games, and some news from the UK. And remember, this is all UK-based data. So we're not doing anything that's coming from anywhere else in the world because we are a UK-based podcast. So we want to talk really about our experiences. May 1985. 40 years ago. We're recording this in June now, whereas we originally recorded the other one in the middle of May. But since then, the reason we haven't done it since then is because Paul's been busy. I've been away and busy, and I've had some health issues. So we are now back. There's still no Danny. He's away. He was away last time as well when we were recorded. So I don't know. We don't know what the status is of him. So yeah.
He's still alive. It's just
alive.
that for some reason, May has just been a very busy month for everyone.
Very quick
again,
as well.
Not even like, I'm not trying to do the cheap plug, but even on the mag side, everyone that I've been needing stuff from or people to interview haven't really been as available.
Do you know who I blame for May being so quick?
Theresa May.
No, Nintendo fanboys.
Because it'd just be on countdown for Switch 2.
Yeah, those greedy sons of bitches. They're going, I can't wait for my Nintendo Switch 2. Hurry up, 5th of June, hurry up. I'm not even going to sleep for a whole month. That's my Nintendo
like Christmas.
Yeah. I can't wait to play
It's pointless. It's pointless to be getting one because I just go, look at that, I've got a Switch 2. And they say, what have you been playing, Paul? Football Manager. And that's about it. And I just collect dust. We've
got one coming on Thursday.
Yeah. Oh, have you? Ooh, get you.
But not for me. It's not for me. It's for my son.
Okay.
Because he that's his delayed birthday present. His birthday was 27th of April. So he is one of those people who's been saying, God, I can't wait for May to just be over. So,
God.
Yeah. So he's been very excited. He was most excited when I sent him the email that the payment had been taken.
Excellent.
Yeah, but he's actually a little bit gutted because he doesn't live with me. He lives with his mum, and it's coming to my address because I couldn't change the address for where it's being sent. And he's not seeing me for a week after. So.
Oh wow! So it's not even your weekend with him.
No, so it comes the weekend before he comes to mine. So he's just got.
Could be nice and deliver it to him.
No, because he lives over an hour and a half away. So I'm not doing a 3-hour drive to drop off a Nintendo Switch 2.
Yeah.
It's like no. No, sorry, son. So anyway, yeah, May 1985, 40
Oh,
years ago, Paul. Can you add Amanda or Eve that?
yes. Well, that makes me about five and a half at the time. So some of these things, yeah, a little bit of aware of. Some films, especially the 80s ones, not too up on. Um, but yeah, it's like the songs, is always a big part of the 80s stuff for me. And then when you get to 90s, my golden era of
Yeah,
films, music, and everything, we're laughing, you know.
yeah.
But yes. Anyway, I'll shut up. Go for it. Where we starting with
Okay,
the
so we're
films from
starting on
85.
May the 3rd with the film Protocol. Nothing
Not
from
one I'm up on about.
no. So following, a few years later from Private Benjamin, Goldie Hawn becomes a cocktail waitress, and she accidentally saves the life of a diplomat from another country. And yeah, she's then thrown into the spotlight, and she becomes, this person who's
Okay.
important to politics in America.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I haven't
No,
seen it.
it's no, same here. But she was popular though, like you say, at the time because of things like,
She was.
you know, Private Benjamin, and then also a little bit later, Overboard and stuff. But I don't know. I couldn't even tell you what she's done last. But I know in the 80s she was like, it's Goldie Hawn. It's Goldie Hawn. It's a new
The
Goldie
last thing
Hawn
I saw
film.
her in was those Christmas movies with her husband.
Oh, right. Okay. The ones on Netflix.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
First
Okay.
one, good.
Anyway.
Second one, terrible. Anyway, that's what we're talking about. That's the future. So on the 10th of May, we have John Carpenter's Starman,
Yes.
which starred
Okay.
Jeff Bridges, I believe, as the alien who comes to Earth, and he's with, oh my God, who's the actress?
Oh, we mentioned this recently. Was it Karen Allen? No.
No, no,
No.
no.
No, no,
Yes, it
not
was. It
Karen
was. It was
Allen.
Karen Allen. It was Karen Allen.
Right. Yes. Yes.
Yes,
See, A
from
Phrase of Lost
Indiana
Ark.
Jones. Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Yes. And also the fifth film. Hang on, the fifth
She's in
one.
the fourth film as
Dial of
well.
Destiny. Is she? Is she
Yeah,
really? All right.
she's
Okay. All
Shia
right.
LaBeouf's mum, isn't she?
Oh God, yeah. Sorry,
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Jesus, I really have blanked that out now.
It's worth blanking out. So's the fifth one, really.
Yeah, it's got a few bits. Anyway, so go on, let's
Yeah.
talk about
Anyway,
Starman because this
so
is one I've not
Starman,
seen for a long time, but
I
I
haven't seen it for
need
a long
to
time.
get it again because again, John Carpenter. This is what we
I
discussed
mean, it's a
previously.
massive, massive change of direction for him in terms of movies, because he's coming off of, like Escape from New York, Scanners, The
No,
Thing.
not Scanners. No, no.
When was Scanners?
Christine. Scanners was Cronenberg.
Oh God, yeah, it was, wasn't it? Yeah.
I know you're taking away your horror
Yeah. I
knowledge
don't
card
like
there.
horror movies, you see, but I have watched
Oh,
quite a few John Carpenters. When I watched Scanners, I
yeah.
thought that was John Carpenter for some reason.
No, 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 no. Cronenberg. But
My
no,
life has
but
been
he
a
did do
lie.
well, there you go.
Cronenberg didn't he do, like, what was that really bad movie he did in the late 90s, early 2000s?
Existence
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
with Jude
Jude
Law.
Law. Yeah.
But he did a lot of good stuff. But no, Carpenter, he didn't do bad films in the 70s and
No,
80s, and up until probably say mid 90s, he was like just untouchable. And then to be fair, he's not done that many films since the end of the 90s. Just
I
basic
think what
horrible
happened was
Ghosts of Mars.
he probably watched Escape from LA and then was like, I shouldn't make movies anymore.
Oh God,
I
where
like
we
to
were
think what
saying, weren't
happened.
we? It's
Yeah.
it's just awful.
Yeah.
I
But
think
Starman is not. Starman is actually good. So it's about an alien.
yes.
It's a road trip getting him across the country, and to trying to get him home. And Karen Allen is the love interest, but he finds it really hard to have any sort of human emotions or anything like that. He's very
Well,
dry,
being alien, to be
being
fair.
alien. But
Yeah,
yeah, he does then develop these things as he goes, and it's actually a really beautiful movie from what I remember.
yeah. It's like
Yeah,
it's a proper drama.
yeah.
So I think for John Carpenter's point of view, it's trying something totally different and sort of like changing his like I don't know directing chops as you say to something like something different to the usual horror films, thrillers, because even things like with Halloween, and again like Assault on Precinct 13,
Oh man,
it's always got
so good.
yeah, exactly.
I
It's
got that
got some
free with
very
a
strong.
copy of Total Film magazine in the 90s on
If it was on
VHS.
video, it was on Thingy. That was with Neon magazine.
Oh, was it Neon?
Yeah, sorry, only because this is listen magazine nerd knowledge on that. But yeah, Neon, the very short-lived Neon magazine.
Okay, I must have
But
bought
no,
that then.
you will have
I
done.
must have bought it just for that magazine, just
Oh
for that
no,
movie.
I did the same. I did the same because all I
Yeah,
used to buy was Total Film. But when I saw
yeah,
that, I
me
went,
too.
ooh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Because I was on about Total Film to someone because those early issues were fantastic back in
See, that's why I
97,
don't
98.
remember the name of the magazine because I literally bought it for buying the thing, and I only ever bought
Yeah,
Total, so I
yeah,
imagined that it just came through with Total. But yeah, Assault on
yeah.
Precinct
No,
13
no,
was
no,
so
no.
good.
Brilliant. But this is what I
Yeah.
mean. Back then, he always had like a couple of really strong characters,
Mm.
So I think when you look at Starman now, in fact, this is probably one that I'm going to end up picking up quite recent, quite soon because I could do with rewatching it. And again, like I say, he doesn't do rubbish films at the time. But anyway, let's move on, otherwise we won't
Well,
escape.
just to say though, I think that Karen Allen's character is the star of the movie more than Jeff Bridges.
So it should really be called Star Woman.
Well, it's about him
Sorry, I'm
really.
just
He's
gonna
the
go.
barman. But I think she's just phenomenal in it. Like,
Well, again, though, like I couldn't tell you much stuff that she's done apart from this and Raiders. That's it, and the Indiana Jones 4 and 5.
yeah. Okay, so let's move on then. So the 24th of May, we have Witness, which is the movie where a young boy, an Amish boy, witnesses a murder, hence the name of the movie, Witness. Harrison Ford is a cop, and he has to go and basically keep the boy alive so that he can testify.
Yes.
But by doing that, he goes undercover, living life as an Amish, falls in
Yes.
love with what's her face from Top Gun?
Kelly McGillis.
That's it. Yeah, yeah, and they don't stay. Spoiler: they don't end up together at the end of the movie.
I can't recall that bit. I just
She stays. She stays behind, and he goes back to his normal life. But she.
Well,
doesn't
it's a
go-
big ask, though, isn't it? He's
It is. It is.
he's a city cop.
Yeah.
John Buck, I think, off the top of my head.
That's his name.
And again, I know we've talked about this before, but this is always mentioned in the like different memes of Harrison Ford knowing how to point, because it's like I think this is like right. This is what I said to you last time. As I will die on this hill. He is my favorite actor, Harrison Ford, and again,
Of all time.
just of all time, yeah, of all time. Yeah. Sorry, we're not going to do this word for word, but seriously, of all time, because in the 80s and 90s, he
Better than
did
Oliver Reed.
no wrong. Better than Oliver, not as good at drinking as Oliver Reed. Yeah.
Richard Harris.
Better than Nicolas Cage. Yes, he's still. Look, you're never going to sway me on this, but when you look at his,
Not Alan Rickman,
I'd say
surely.
better than Adam Rickman. Alan Rickman. Adam Rickman is a budget Timu brother. No, he's just honestly in Harrison input regarding Henry, Witness, Mosquito Coast, which is absolutely amazing. The Indiana Jones trilogy. What else? The Star Wars stuff in the 80s. Even when you get to the 90s with like Presumed Innocent, what's it called? Patriot Games, Clear and Present Danger, just hit after hit after hit. Air Force One. It's only really when he got to 6 Days, 7 Nights, it started going a little bit wrong, But he's got a good solid 20-year career, A bit like my views on U2, the band.
Me? Right. Okay.
Yeah. No. Yeah. The band, a good solid 20-year career, and then an awful second half.
But
with
you got to
with
remember,
U2.
U2 have been dining off of Joshua Tree. And
Oh,
that's
yeah.
it.
Yeah. Oh, no, I like
Everything-
Actung Baby.
Everything after Joshua Tree is utter shit.
Well, what?
In the
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
God almighty.
Absolutely.
That's you only giving him 6 or 7 years. Anyway, sorry, we're not here to talk about U2 this time. God, what a wrong view. Sorry, that's just horribly wrong. Anyway, so yeah, Witness, great film, and still holds up, I think, today. So yeah, that one. Next up, we've got The Mean Season, which came out
Yeah,
on the
the mean
31st
season,
of May.
31st.
Now,
Yeah,
I wasn't aware of this, so I ended up looking it up. And we also looked up how much it sells for on eBay at the time. And it was like 15 to 20 odd quid.
yeah.
Yeah, I've not watched it since because I was then telling a customer about it because this is one that I was totally unaware of from MGM. And it seems to be so many of these MGM films seem to be like, quite rare at the moment.
Yeah.
So what's it about? Because I can't recall.
So it's a thriller, and it stars Kurt Russell and other people. Andy Garcia's in it as well, but he's like a much smaller role. And yeah, so it's basically about it's a murder that's happened, but they're doing it out of the newsroom. But there's like a big weather situation going on as well. Hence the name called The Mean Season, where like extreme weather conditions in Florida. And yes, I remember watching this on TV back in the 90s, so I don't remember much about it. The main thing I remember about it is seeing the Orion thing before it started. Orion picture.
Yes. It's no. But you know what? It sounds so sad and nerdy. This because one of my favourite intros was the old Canon one, and just sometimes you can go on. I've got such a lonely wanker saying this, but you can sometimes go onto YouTube and just watch all the old film companies' logos that have come in on screen. It's probably only about a 2-minute video, but you just go, "Oh God, I remember them. Oh wow, I remember them." And half of them are being bought up and everything. I'm sure I'm not the only person who's done that.
I'm sure you're not either. Do you know what?
I
There was
know.
a film, right, that I remember watching. Anyone listening, and Paul, you may be able to help me too, because I cannot find this film anywhere. But I remember watching it as a child, and I can't remember the name of it. But I'll tell you the premise. So, guy and a girl are in love, or they're married, or something, and they both die in a car accident. They both get reborn as other kids, and they then find each other again.
Okay, that
But
rings
it's
a
sort of,
bell.
but I can't remember the name of this film, and I really want to watch it again to see if it was as good as I remember when I was 8. Because I had really sophisticated tastes for an 8-year-old.
Because it's definitely that 80s type of vibe, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's not a comedy. It's like a drama, like a
No, no,
romantic
no, no.
drama. And I just remember thinking, wow, that's a really cool premise. Like, they then have to find each other again, as they're meant to be soulmates. So they find each other. But I don't know what it's called, and I've tried googling that premise, and I can't find anything. So if anyone knows, write in to our PO box. No, not our PO box address. We don't have that. Just like message us. That would be
No, I
great.
know. I just, yeah, that does ring a bell. But yes, let's hope you get an answer on that one.
I
It's
mean, the only
definitely
reason
an
I
80s
say
type
this
film.
in the 85 is because I'm pretty sure I saw this in about 88. So it would have probably
Yeah,
been
yeah.
on TV, which would have been
No,
like
no,
2 or
yeah.
3 years later. So 85 probably fits with when this movie was released. So if that gives a window. Anyway, moving on to music singles. The
Yes.
number ones we have this month are Close by Phyllis Nelson.
Okay, yep.
Yeah, well, it's a good
Yeah,
tune.
it's all right. Yeah, it's well known. It's well known.
Tune.
You know,
It's
move
been
your
on adverts and
body
everything.
real close to me or something. I'm not gonna sing. My throat's bad.
Feels like we're nearly making love.
Oh God. And
And
what's the
then
next one?
the next one is 19 by Paul Hardcastle, which when we recorded this before, Paul made me listen to it prior to the recording, saying,
Yes.
"You've definitely heard this song," and I have never heard this song before in my life.
So because of never hearing this song, you never knew that the average life expectancy of a Vietnam soldier was 19.
No, I did not.
I'm sure those were the lyrics. It was something like, like robot voice. Remember, this is like around the time of, you know, breakdance tracks and stuff. So yeah, it was popular. I was just really surprised I'd never heard it before. But I couldn't tell you another Paul
True.
Hardcastle track ever. But there you go. Yeah.
The first time I'd heard of him was when we were doing this 2 weeks ago. So anyway, albums then for the month. Hits 2 from last month is still number 1 for 2 weeks. Then for 2 weeks of the month we have Brothers in Arms by Dire Straits,
which is now 40 years old.
40 years
And
old.
we've recently had. Oh, it's huge. But basically, this is one of the albums that our dads always owned. Well, basically, that it's like a dad's type album, if that's the type of music like dad rock. And
in the late
like nearly
80s,
every single. Oh yeah, every
in the
single
late 80s,
dad
every
seemed to own
single
it.
house had this and Michael Jackson's Bad.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
they were the two albums ubiquitous with any music collection in the late 80s.
It's almost like a rites of passage, where it's a case of congratulations, you now made it to this age. At this stage of your life, here's your complimentary copy of Brothers in Arms and Michael Jackson Bad. It's like we will let you choose your third album yourself.
Yeah, it's a great album though.
Oh, definitely. And again, it still sells well, because even before we've just recently had the 40th anniversary one, like remastered, reissued again, it's one that always sells. So
Speaking
even
of sales,
oh, go on. Yes.
Did you know that this was the first ever CD to top over 1 million sales?
That's absolutely insane,
isn't it?
But you think like when you're just like going right, the start of CD, becoming quite popular, because again, up until I'd probably say 1990, it was still buying cassettes and vinyl.
I was,
going into our price and stuff like that.
I wasn't allowed.
Did it? Ooh.
Yeah, I wasn't allowed to use it.
I got one in end of 91. I got like a stereo to put in my room. Or maybe it may have even been 92. But even so, it's like then that had a free CD changer. And all my mates thought, like, I know we were like, ooh, dead posh with my Sharp hi-fi, which did last quite a few years.
My dad only ever bought Sony stuff.
Right, okay.
Like, that was his thing. I think that's why we ended up getting a Betamax.
I can't go down a Betamax chat again.
But yeah, so my dad had a Sony CD player I would have said about 87, 88. So I remember my mum being absolutely raging when he brought it home.
Yeah, there's still been a lot of money back then as well. But going back to Brothers in Arms, I've just got to quickly add this because this hadn't happened at the time. So currently, as we record this, my mum and sister over in America, and they rang up the other day, and she goes, "Oh, it's they're over in oh God, I can't remember Tucson. No, Tucson. Yeah, Tuscon. Yeah, Tuscan. Yeah, Tucson. That's pronounced. But anyway,
I know Tucson's how it's pronounced. But I'm just saying, Alive in Tucson is a reference to the Last Man on Earth TV show. Have you not seen that?
No, I've not. Carrie watched it, but I didn't.
Right, carry on with your story.
I know. Anyway, no. So they were saying, "Oh, tonight there's a Dire Straits tribute on," and I was like, "Oh well, it'll because it's 40 years of Brothers in Arms, And she was like, "Oh right, okay. Well, it's $40 a ticket." And I was like, $40 a ticket for a tribute act? That sounds insane. So that's $80 that they're going to give over to go and watch someone pretend to be Martin Offler and the other people in the band.
Who's going to pretend to be Sting for the money for nothing?
Well, yeah, exactly. I just, oh God, I'd never spend $40 on a tribute band. No, I might sound weird here, but 15 quid, maybe 20 at a push, £20 for a tribute.
I would watch it if it was on in the pub that I'm at.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I remember watching one called Metallica, and they weren't great. And then I also saw one called Megadeth, but they spelt death the correct way, but also incorrect for Megadeth, So basically what I mean is it was like Mega and then DEA TH, which just annoys me because it's like, oh God, you know, because I've seen in HMVs that I've worked in, some people have done the header boards actually spelling Megadeth wrong, and it just like sets me eye twitching. But anyway, sorry, what's next? Before
Better
we
than
just carry
Morgan
on down
Freeman.
this. Morgan Freeman is in my top 3. Okay. Now,
Okay.
funny story. So Shawshank Redemption is my favourite film. Raiders of the
Ever?
Lost Ark is my second favourite film ever. Nothing beats Shawshank Redemption.
Not even Chinatown.
I do like that, and I almost got that from work the other day because I've not watched it for ages.
Even the Two Jakes.
No, not even the 3 Jakes, even though that film doesn't exist.
The Two Jakes.
No, but I honestly, Shawshank number 1. You know,
Okay.
sadly, we're never going to talk about that.
Well, we will. Oh no!
What, in 1994? No, we won't.
Yeah, we will, because we're going to get to 94 because we're going around 40. So it'll be
Okay, we'll eventually get there.
9 years time.
Fucking hell! I'll be 54. Jesus Christ! I'll be 54.
I know,
Oh
I was
God!
15 when I watched Shawshank Redemption.
Anyway, sorry. What's next?
Next
Do you know what?
on
Listeners are going to
TV.
go, Jesus Christ! These two are just having midlife crisis, like, you know.
Live on air.
Yeah, no, exactly.
Not live though, is it? It's
Recorded live. It's still recorded
One
live.
of us could be dead by the time this gets released. You don't know.
Better cheery thought.
Okay, so TV. We have one show that's actually worth talking about, and that debuted on the 19th of May on ITV, but it was already out in America, obviously, and that was Murder, She Wrote.
Okay, we need to no time for singing now. Let's just talk about the show.
I wasn't singing, I was making
Humming.
noise. Yeah. So yeah, Angela Lansbury stars as a murder writer, gets called, and she ends up solving these cases where the cops can't. And everywhere she goes, she's better than them.
Yeah, no,
It's always a
exactly.
niece or something, isn't it, who gets in touch? It's like
It's one of these that you didn't expect it to last as long as it did,
yeah,
because
mid-90s,
which is absolutely insane. But this is someone who I knew as the the main woman in Bedknobs and Broomsticks, and that's all I knew her for. But I think it's one of those where it's still mentioned quite a bit now and still quite popular. You know, where it's like when we talk about like, detective type series. I know she's not a really detective, but it's murder mystery and things. But I think it's like to last for over a decade.
yeah.
I mean, how old was she?
Insane.
Like at the time, she can't have been that old. But
She
when you
looks
look at her as a kid, you're probably like going, "Oh God, she's about 70." And you'll have a look, and she's like 45. And then you look at yourself and go, "Hang on, I'm the same age as Angela Lansbury doing Murder, She Wrote." Oh God,
Well, we're older than Danny Glover was when he was 12 for that shit.
fuck off.
Yeah, and
Sorry,
Mel Gibson.
you're gonna have to put an E for explicit in this.
So yeah, that's Murder She Wrote. But with Murder She Wrote, the one thing that I used to get annoyed about is that it would she wouldn't really get it until the end, and then she'll be like, "Oh, I worked it out ages ago." And you're like, well, why didn't you just tell us 20 minutes in?
No, I know, of course. I mean, oh my God, 200 odd episodes. I've just looked. But it's still really highly thought of. Oh, hang on. So, right. So she was born in 1925. Oh, actually, she was 60.
Yeah.
She was 60 when she did this. Oh, thank God. Honestly, because I'd just been depressed if we'd been 30 odd.
Is she still alive?
No, she died a few years ago.
Did she?
In 2022, aged 90 odd.
Wow.
Well, that's crazy. That's real good innings, isn't it?
That is a great innings, yeah. You wouldn't say.
The fact that she was still doing that in her 70s, acting on TV.
Yeah. So games then for May 1985, nothing that I could find came out in the UK in May 1985. So that's good.
Nope.
So UK news then on this is there where things get really cheery. May the 11th, 56 people are killed in the Bradford City Stadium fire. I remember this.
I'll just let you whiz through these depressing stories.
14-year-old boy is killed, 20 are injured, and several vehicles are wrecked when Leeds United football hooligans riot at the Birmingham City Stadium and cause a wall to collapse on these people. Mental.
It's just horrible, isn't it?
Yeah.
It shows how much football's changed. I know we talk about, you know, the requests for standing areas to return and stuff like that, but even the lower league grounds have still obviously got to follow certain standards and things like that. And it's good because you don't want stuff like this happening ever again, and luckily you don't really get any mass football tragedies like this. If there's ever any trouble, it's usually outside the ground.
Yeah. So on the 15th of May, Everton, who had already won the First Division title at that time, First Division for those who are young, was what the Premier League used to be before they created the Premier League. And they won the Cup Winners' Cup with a 3-1 win over Rapid Vienna in Rotterdam. On the 18th of May, Manchester United win the FA Cup for the 6th time in their history with a 1-0 win over Everton. So Everton nearly did a treble there.
It doesn't sound like much. So the 6th time, and you got to think this is like in the mid-80s. So you think like now how many FA Cups he won? Like in Fergie's time, really, really adding to him. I suppose so. Like Arsenal with Wenger's time, clocking them up. But 6 doesn't sound like a lot. But when you look at it now, it's like 13 or 14 or something.
Well, no, it's less because we won it 13 times and we're the.
Well, yeah, they're a bit less, aren't they?
Yeah. Norman Whiteside was the only goal scorer on the day. So yeah. And he also scored when Man United won the FA Cup 2 years prior to that. On May the 29th, another cheery day in the world of English football as the Heysel Stadium disaster in the European Cup final in Brussels between Juventus and Liverpool. And despite the tragedy that went on in that match where 39 fans died, the game was played and Juventus won 1-0.
Okay. Any more upbeat stories like this?
Well, the 31st of May, the Football Association bans all English football clubs from playing in Europe until further notice. In response
wow, it's so different, isn't it? It really, really is. Even though it's not really that long ago, I know we say 40 years is quite a bit, but you think compared to like where football was only 10 or 11 years on, they managed to clean it up quite quickly. I've mentioned to you before that like I watched a documentary on Italia 90 where English football was still, quite murky. And there was talk, about like the England fans going over to Italy and, they have this reputation for being troublemakers and everything. I mean, you think a couple of years later, you got the Premier League and obviously everything just changes forever, for better or for worse. But anyway, that's an totally different topic.
Yeah, so that's 1985. Well, May 1985, not the whole year, obviously. We'll take a quick break. We'll hear from our sponsors, and we'll come back in the year 1995. Hello, this is Sean Connery. I'd just like to draw your attention to liking and subscribing to the Electronic Egg podcast. If you could leave us a review on iTunes, that would be great. Hello, welcome back to May 1995. Paul, how are you feeling about May 1995?
Quite positive. I do like 95, 96, this sort of mid-90s era. A lot of good memories, teenager, so it's when you're mad on the music, going out with your mates to cinema and stuff like that. Sometimes getting the odd sneaky drink.
The smell of dupe and Africa links
Do you know
everywhere.
what? I know. Yep. Just like today, still use the old Lynx Africa. You know,
The girls going out with their
yeah, I
hair
know.
slapped to their head, with gel.
Yeah, and
Remember
well,
that?
this was the year that I cut my hair shorter and had it permed. Went into school and everyone took the piss so much. I actually
Good,
went home in tears
good.
and didn't go back for a week. Yeah, I know
I
it was the mid-90s. Male perms were quite in fashion at the time. I'm not trying to sound too partridge, but honest to God, it is actually true.
my worst. We're turning into worst haircut pod. So I always used to have quite a feature fringe, right? So it was either
Yes.
like curtains or something going on. Then one day I went to the hairdressers and I said, shave it all off except two bits of curtains at the top. Right. And she said, "Are you sure?" And I
You will
said,
look like a knobhead.
I was like, "I've never been surer. Do it." And then she did it, and I looked at myself in the mirror, and I was like, "Oh my god, what the fuck have I done?" Um, so I went and put my Chicago Bulls baseball cap on, and then the following day I went
God.
into assembly wearing my baseball cap, and I was year 11 at the time, so this would have been towards the end of '95.
Yes.
And yeah, standing at the back because year 11 stood at the back because we weren't allowed to sit down because we were older. And my headmaster was like, Chris, we don't wear baseball caps inside, do we? And I was like, fuck. And because he'd already drawn attention to me, everyone turns around to see. I take my baseball cap off. No laughter, just shocks of people just being like,
Oh my God. No, it just I don't know what it is like because I was so pissed off. Like I was like, oh no, my hair's crap. The only good thing that came out of it is after having it permed, it wasn't as greasy as it once was when it was just long and lank. Um, and yeah, that's the only good thing that came out of it. But yeah,
yeah,
good times, good memories.
great memories,
You
eh?
know, there's still pictures of me though from the '90s with my Arsenal kit on and everything, like my hero Ray Parlour as I had my hair bouncing along as I'd
Can't
be
believe
running
you had a
around in
perm.
a. I
You
know,
complete
running
salad.
around
Why
as
did
a
you do that?
full kit wanker as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, full kit wanker with a perm. May as well just have a parlour on the back of my shirt. Good
Oh,
times,
dear.
good memories. Anyway.
Anyway,
Let's get stuck into 1995.
so on the 5th of May, we'll start then with Clerks. It's a
I
little
love
movie,
this
indie
film.
movie. Yeah, Kevin Smith's debut, his indie movie debut. It stars Randall and oh my god, I've forgotten the name of the guy already.
Dante.
Dante, thank you. Randall and Dante, they work in this convenience store. They are awful at their job and spend most of the time talking about movies. And yeah, it's a
Yeah,
great film though. It's so funny. And it introduces Jay and Silent Bob, and yeah, it's fantastic. It's shot in black
yeah.
and white as well, which I think went against it a lot for it being like a really big hit.
Oh, for sure. Because
Which
it
yeah,
took me years to watch it, not just because of black and white. I think it's because it slowly built a cult status. You know, within like a couple of years, people had always mentioned this is it's a great comedy film, or because I think he'd already done Mallrats by the time I watched Clerks. And then I remember when I worked at Global Video, the second largest video chain back in the 90s.
in
Well, I worked there in
Bolton. I'd never
2000.
heard of it.
No, well, up north. It was owned by a Scottish guy, Mac Rasool, who was very, very
Global. It didn't even make it to Cambridge, mate.
global. No, I know. Well, they're all right. Honestly, it must have
And
had
I
about
never saw
100.
one in London either. Like I can't remember.
Well, it must have had 140 odd stores, which is quite a lot. Because we were store
Where?
126 in Farnworth, just out of Bolton.
Global Video was it called?
Yeah, Global Video. It closed down in about 2004. They eventually tried to rebrand, I think, to Global DVD when I looked it up once. I worked there anyway, and our training video featured clips from Clerks of how not to serve people, which I thought was absolutely hilarious because I thought, as if you're ever going to treat people like that. And now I've had 28 years in retail, and luckily I've never been that rude. But the memories are strong from that film. So
I
have you
mean,
found anything on Global Video?
yeah, I have, and it doesn't list any of the stores or anything.
I know it. Well, I did join a Facebook group for ex-Global Video employees, and it wasn't a good place to work. This is totally nothing to do in 1995, so I'll be quick as I can. But I remember one Christmas, so our Christmas bonus, we got a tub of roses
Yeah.
between the staff, and that was it. Really, really tight. But it was the idea of Global Video.
Paul, you muted yourself.
Oh, sorry. So basically, you only paid for the rentals when you returned them. So the amount of games and films that got nicked and never returned were just like, oh my god! Like you got this report saying how much people owed. How many days late it was and everything on this old dot matrix printer because everything was so dated. Yeah, quite deeply scarred by the memories there.
I've never heard of it, so I'll take your word for it. Okay, so
Yeah, moving on.
we'll move on. So you can just say if you want to talk about any of these movies. Yeah,
Go. Yes, go for it.
Little Adisa,
No,
Milk
because
Money,
we looked it up. I was like, nope,
Milk Money,
I'm not up on that at all.
ID.
No, but I know that you were a fan
Yeah.
of this.
So this is a football hooligan movie where cop goes undercover to like try and stop the hooliganism. But it's meant to be set in London. I remember it be like when they do the football shots, it's all at Rotherham, like their football ground, which I thought was funny when watching it. But it is a really good movie. It's from BBC. It stars oh god, what's his name? Sean Pertwee. What's Warren Clark, is it? Yes, Warren
Um,
Clark.
yeah,
Yeah, Phil Davis. Do you know Phil Davis? He's
he always plays a gangster, doesn't he, Phil
yeah,
Davis?
he's a
Yeah.
gooner though, so love him for that.
Yes. Yes. But no, not one I've watched ever. Even after all these years, I remember seeing it
I haven't seen this film.
on.
I'm excited.
Well, I always remember it always used to come out on the budget video labels, Forefront Video. And again, you'd always have like it's like the best selling budget videos, like the pre-recorded ones are like $4.99. And
Yeah,
this was always on like the carousel of your budget videos in like Spa and things like that.
yeah,
And yeah, so I've just got big memories of always looking at it, picking it up, going, nah, don't fancy it. But it's
yeah.
always on like you need to watch this film list. It's
It's
like
really good.
meant to be really good.
So, like, the thing is, so the group of the cops get sent undercover. They're from the Met, and yeah, it's about them trying to not lose themselves as they go undercover
Yeah,
and become,
yeah,
and they start forming like real bonds with these fellow hooligans. Yeah, it blurs that line between their real life and their undercover alter ego. It's really good. Like it's a really, really good movie. One that's definitely worth watching. But I will watch it again
yeah.
actually because I did enjoy it when I watched it. Probably would have been about
It's
96, 97, something like that.
it's one I will, really try and get watched. When I've watched things like Green Street and The Football Factory of all things,
Yeah.
then I feel like I owe it to myself to actually watch,
Oh yeah, because
one of the better ones.
yeah, they are shit. The other ones, um, especially Green Street. That's the one with Elijah Wood, isn't it?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Where he's the
And
American who
it's
moves
got
over.
Charlie Hunnam as well, right? Who does the worst English accent I've ever heard.
Oh yeah, there's some
You're
there's
like,
some awful accents.
I know you're from the Northeast, but you can do a better English accent than that, surely, if you're English. Oh, It's so bad. Anyway, next then. So we got
Yes.
The Steel.
Nope, not got a clue.
Bullets Over Broadway.
I'm not up on it, but you were telling me it was a big cast.
Yes, so it does have Woody Allen as the director, which is the black mark against it. But yeah, it is a very good like comedy crime film. So it's got Jim Broadbent, John Cusack, Chaz Palminteri, Briner, Jennifer Tully, Tracy Ullman, Diane Wiest as well is in it. So it's a really good cast. It's a really dark comedy crime movie, but yeah, it's very good. John Cusack's probably the best thing about the movie, though. He's absolutely fantastic in that movie.
Used to be great. You know, that's another actor who could go on about for ages. Because again, in the 90s, he was still good. It's only recently that his career seems to have buggered off.
That's because he's spoken out against stuff.
Okay, fair enough. Okay,
we
well,
can
let's
do
not.
actually. No, we can't. We can't.
No, we can't. Let's not. Let's move on. Let's move on. Carry on with the list. There's about 1 million films here.
Fresh.
I'm not up on that at all. I do remember it, but yeah, not one I'd be bothered about.
Circle of Friends.
No.
Boys on the Side.
No, I never even heard of that.
No, that's just my weekends. And Rob Roy on the 19th of May.
I've never watched this, but I'm not a massive fan of. I'm not a fan of historical films. Yeah.
No, it's actually really good. So Tim Roth is the bad Englishman in this movie, and Rob Roy is played by Liam Neeson, who does a terrible Scottish accent. I mean, he's from Northern Ireland. Surely it's not hard to do a Scottish accent if you're from Northern.
You'd think he could do it.
It's just a little bit of sea between you. It's like a 2-hour journey, right? Surely your accent can be better than that. It's not. It's terrible. But in saying that, though, the actual story and the way that it all develops is so grounded compared to Braveheart, right? Which was what, year before, or is it 95 as well?
I think it's around the same time.
Well, wasn't it? Because it won the Oscar at 95.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. So because that and Forrest Gump were at the same time, the same Oscars, weren't they? They cleaned up at those Oscars. So yeah, but it is really good. Tim Roth is absolutely amazing in it. Like, just so campy and just evil, just like,
I do like a campy villain, though.
Yeah,
I think sometimes if you like the mustache, yes,
he's
stuff like that.
A really good Alan Rickman style Sheriff of Nottingham, but playing this really bad. It's a good movie.
Okay,
it's really good. It's so much better than Braveheart. So much better than Braveheart. But obviously it got overshadowed by Braveheart by quite a lot. But it is a better movie than Braveheart. I say anyway. Also on the 19th we had the wonderful Street Fighter movie. Didn't we do a podcast for Maximum Power?
I think we did, but yeah, it's not a great film. I have watched it fairly recently, probably about 2 or 3 years ago. Still makes no sense. It's just basically whoever came up with a film who got the rights to Street Fighter, which was huge at the time. Well, Street Fighter 2. It's basically a tick box exercise, wasn't it? Going, okay, who's the list of characters? Okay, so we need Guile.
But they get Van Damme, who's meant to be this American badass, and they get him played by a guy from Austria. No, not Austria. He's from Belgium.
Belgium. Yeah.
Austria's
of course that makes sense. And
yeah,
Australian Kylie Minogue is English Cammy.
That makes it. At least they're part of the Commonwealth. Do you know what I mean?
Very, very, very loosely.
Belgium is nowhere near America.
That's true.
It's not an American colony or anything. So,
but he was a big action star still at this point, I
know, but he's such a bad fit. Like, how many other American actors could have played that role? Oh well, not that role in particular, because that role is so bad. Like, he's so unlikable.
Oh no, well for sure, awful.
I'm actually batting for M Bison. You know, you're like, yeah, I want M Bison to win because you're absolutely horrendous. And it's like when Charlie gets turned into Blanca, doesn't it? His friend
Oh
Charlie
God,
Nash
yeah. Oh
gets
Jesus
turned into Blanca,
Christ.
which isn't canon in the games. um, and he's just like, "Oh, Charlie, what have they done? I know you're still in there, but still kills him." And you're like, what? And he has such bloodlust as well. He's like, yeah, he doesn't care that the United Nations have said you're not to attack. He's like, "Fuck you! I'm going to go and kill everybody." And you're like, "Mate, chill."
Yeah, and then you've just got the reporters team as well. It's a case of like, yeah, okay, so this is E Honda. Oh, is he a sumo wrestler? No, he's a cameraman.
Well, it's
What?
Michelle
And
Yeoh as
it's
well,
like,
isn't it? In as Chun Li.
yeah, it's just like going, well, everything's, this is what I mean, everything's shoehorned in. Where
I
granted,
love
you've
the
got
fact
like,
that if you
go on,
ask anyone, right, what is Street Fighter about? They'll be like, "Oh, it's about Ryu, Ken, and their fight
Sagat.
with Sagat, and
Yeah.
Bison's probably the bad guy." Guile is like one of the lower level characters in the game. Like, you only ever
Oh, for
choose him if
sure.
you want to hear Sonic Boom and Sonic Kick, and you
Yeah.
never choose him because you like him as a character. He's shit. Um, yeah, and he's made even worse in this movie. Like, it's awful. You're much better off just watching the animated Street Fighter 2 movie, which
I'm
is a
about to
really
say
good
that.
movie.
I think
Yeah.
that's just it. They seem to have the tone right. Those
Yeah.
animated manga ones that came around that same time because I remember seeing them in play,
Yeah.
reviewed and stuff. But anyway, let's move on.
Yes. So on the 26th, actually a good movie, Ed Wood, based on the
Yes.
legendary film Ed Wood, which
Yes.
is a Tim Burton and Johnny Depp joint. And
Yeah.
they go on to do even they've already done movies together, but they go on to do a few more after this as well.
Thousands more.
So, yeah,
It's
a good
anyone who's
movie.
not seen it it's worth watching, and it's
Oh,
got
yeah.
quite a big cast. Again, this is again shot in black and white, and yeah, it's not bad. And again, Bill Murray's in it, and you
Martin
always get
Lando's
some.
in it, isn't he?
Yes,
And he's
but yeah, he
amazing
plays
in it.
the
Didn't
Dracula
he get
character in it.
Didn't he get nominated for Best
Nominated.
Supporting Actor?
That rings a bell, you know.
Because he's so good. Like, he's amazing in that. Like, when he's on screen, you're just like, I can't take my eyes. He's so good. And
I've
he's
just
one of
been
those
looking
actors
at this
you
as
just
well.
forget
Going through. Oh yeah,
he's
yeah.
a great actor.
Oh, this is what I mean. This is what Tim Burton was doing around this time, because Mars Attacks is a couple of years after it. He seemed to have like these massive sort of star-studded movies and loads of actors, but sometimes they were only like a small little part.
Yeah.
But memorable enough. But no, it's still when he was still on a really good run. I think Tim Burton at this point, and again, it's like one of those passion projects for him. Being into like his special effects and old monster movies and things.
Yeah. No, he won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor, Martin Landau.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I knew there was
Okay.
something like that. Yeah. So I just had to look it up because I was like, I'm sure he either got nominated or won. Because I just remember watching the movie and thinking, God, he's just amazing. Sadly, we should have mentioned Raul Julia is his last ever movie.
Well, Street Fighter, yeah.
Such a shame that such a great actor went out on such a terrible movie. So also on the 26th, we also had Richie Rich, the Macaulay Culkin movie where Rich Kid was like, oh, I don't have any friends. And then it's about him learning humility, as all rich children should do, by hanging around with poor children. Yeah.
This would go down well nowadays, wouldn't it? Yeah. Anyway, let's not go on that. Yeah, that was a great film.
So singles, some might say, by Oasis is number 1 for a week in May. Am I a
I can't believe it was only a week.
Yeah. Living Joy.
Some might say not about. I love the Living Joy one. I still obviously like my 90s dance. Yeah. And I think Living Joy had a lot of good stuff. Although,
some might say it's actually quite a decent Oasis song.
again, those first two Oasis albums are really good. Are really, really good. And then the third one, Be Here Now, has got a couple of okay songs. And then after that, off a cliff. Faster Than U2's second half, not
Faster
7
than
years
you
into the
two
career.
after poetry.
Oh, for God's sake. I can't believe you're just ignoring Actung Baby and Zooropa. Anyway, right, carry on.
I'm not ignoring it, mate. I'm fully acknowledging it as shit. Sorry. Anyway, so the big single of May though is Unchained Melody /
Oh,
Might
God.
Over from Robson and Jerome.
I
Yeah.
hated all this era of soldier
This is
shite.
Simon Cowell. He was like, these two can make me money. Didn't he also put money behind Zig and Zag as well?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
They all love me. They all love me.
Love me.
Them
That
girls,
goes
they all
because
love
I love me.
me.
Oh, brilliant. Fantastic.
John,
I'd rather have Zig and Zag, though, over Soldier
Ross and
twosome.
Jerome. Do you know Soldier
Yeah.
Soldier was a lot of the outdoor stuff was filmed at a barracks in Hampshire called Borden,
Oh, right, okay.
where I lived for quite a few years of my life as well, and near the barracks there we lived in. So there was three parts, right? So you had the barracks, which had the army. There was also American Air Force there, so it was great because you could go
Right.
to the American Air Force tuck shop they had there, and you could just go and buy loads of American. It was great. Although American,
And then you could go, oh, you're right. Is Colonel Guile here? Seeing this is an American Air Force base. And they'll just go, no, sorry, it's over in Brussels.
But
I just go, what the fuck is going on? Sorry.
the other part was all council estate stuff.
Right, okay.
And then you had this park called Jubilee Park, and on the other side of Jubilee Park was where all the people who owned their own homes lived.
Okay, cool.
And the secondary school there, Mill Chase, was so bad. I went there for like 2 years, 3 years, 2 years, and it was so bad that it got closed down in the early 2000s or something because it just kept failing Ofsted every year. So they demolished it. Yeah, it was such a bad school. It was. I hated that. I hated living there. Actually,
Can we get any lower than need serious improvement? Well, I suppose there's the old knock it down and just basically hope no one ever notices. Yeah, let's just do that. So you just got exceptional, above standard, whatever, absolute shit. Not the fucker down.
There was this river down at the bottom of our estate. We lived in we owned our home estate, right? And there was a river, and on the other side of the river was this council estate, which was really rough. Like, I mean, really rough. One night there was a shooting there. Right? It was that rough. A squaddy was seeing this woman, and she was married, and her husband came home, so the squaddy shot him. And then held her hostage until like the armed military police had to come, and like you could hear this from where I lived, like the standoff and things. Oh, yeah, mental.
Oh my God!
I know it all went on. Yeah, but
anyway,
so albums.
That was about Robson and Jerome.
Which went on to a thing about Borden in Hampshire. So albums was Nobody Else by Take That, which was the last album with Robbie Williams on. They would later split up in 1996 after releasing How Deep Is Your Love. I do remember the support lines for that band breaking up, but Nobody Else is actually quite good. It's got some good songs.
Yeah, you just always remember. Yeah, but
banger.
You just remember how massive Take That were, at the time, and obviously splitting up in '96, it took 10 years to come back.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, and again, mentioning my boy band documentary, my God, they were running to the ground, all these boy bands, and no wonder so many of them have got horrible, memories from some of the.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Also, on a lighter note, we had Stanley Road by Paul Weller, which is a great album.
Yeah, probably the only album of his that I really, really like. And this came out when I was doing work experience in Bolton. And this was over. Right, no, right, again, because it's got Changing Man, Peacock Suit, You Do Something to Me. So it's got like so many strong singles. But yeah, like I said last time, when I did work experience there, it was a case of this album came out and X Records, being independent, they said we take payment for any gift cards, well, gift vouchers for any shop. So if you had like Andy's Records, Virgin Megastore, Our Price, whatever, you could use your gift cards there, well, gift vouchers, and we had to go around buying all these special edition big box sets, big vinyl box sets of Paul Weller Stanley Road, so he could sell them himself. I wonder if he's still got any now, 30 years on, because we cleaned up a lot of the other rival music shops back at the time. And then the other week of my work experience there, Supergrass I Should Coco came out, which is an album I absolutely love because it's 35 minutes of just very good indie rock.
It is. It is good indie rock. One weird thing is when I do remember we were talking about the age thing. I remember seeing Paul Weller singing on Top of the Pop. Well, not singing, miming on Top of the Pops. And I remember thinking, he looks old. He was 37.
Jesus Christ. It's scary, isn't it? When you think of it, you see it, and you're just going, my God. But again, you think The Jam was like almost 20 years, 18 years earlier.
Right.
So you think he's still roughly around a teenager at that time, and you think he's had style counsel as well. So, this is an artist that's been around for ages. So that when you see Bowie as well, you think, oh, they've been around for so long, and you think, oh yeah, he's only 40, 41 or whatever. Yeah. And it's just surprising,
It is, isn't it? So weird. TV though for this month, nothing. In 95, nothing new of note came out. Games, nothing in the UK in May 1995. But news. So on the 8th of May, the 50th anniversary of the VE Day is celebrated across Britain. We've just celebrated the 80th. So it's been a while.
Yes.
Yeah. The 14th of May, Blackburn Rovers become the Premier League champions, second Premier League champions, and their first top league division title since 1914.
That's thanks to Jack Walker's steel business, because obviously when they signed Alan Shearer, and they had quite a good team. Yeah. And then they got into Europe, and then the players had that fight. Yeah. Great days.
On the 20th of May, Everton win the FA Cup with a 1-0 to United. So a reverse of 10 years prior to that.
Mm-hmm.
I do remember that Paul Rideout header.
Yeah, I do remember that, watching it, because the FA Cup at the time was still huge on normal TV, wasn't it? You still have like a big day's build-up around that time. So anytime it was FA Cup final, you'd actually look forward to it. Any final, because I remember the season before, I may be in the same season, but it was like the Coca-Cola Cup final, and it was like Liverpool Bolton or something like that.
That was 95, wasn't it? Oh no, that was 94.
No, but again, things like that were massive on TV. Because obviously you didn't get that much live telly.
I had a dream once. It was a really weird dream. So Kevin Keegan and the co-commentators were talking, and it was before a League Cup final. And as they were talking, London got hit with a nuclear weapon.
Right, okay.
And it went off air. And I just remember thinking, and woke up, and I was like, oh my God, did that happen? But obviously it didn't. But yeah, that was a dream I had back in that period. So that's
Fun times.
My mind goes at night to people. Always happy thoughts.
Sometimes just wake up screaming, ah!
People just used to it now. On the 21st of May, the BSE or mad cow disease outbreak's first known death. That's of a 19-year-old man.
Wow, that's absolutely
Yeah.
mad, isn't it? But it was such a big thing in the news,
Oh,
mad
it was.
cow
Yeah.
disease, you know.
It was so weird. It was so weird, and the fact that you had people who were still like, "I'm still eating British beef." You're like, "Mate, don't. It's fucking tainted. Don't do that."
Mm.
Just wait until they can get it all cleared up and then eat British beef again. In the meantime, either don't eat beef or get it imported. Like, yeah,
Or
it
just
was
keep
very simple.
eating crispy pancakes and the crappy foods that I
Oh,
ate as a child, well, as a teenager. Because I think my
mate,
diet at the time was Frey Bentos pies.
I would give anything to have. Do you remember they had it had like little mini sausage, like little hot dog sausages and beans inside
In a
the
tin?
no, in the crispy pancakes, the Findus crispy pancakes.
No, that sounds absolutely disgusting. No,
Oh,
no.
mate, it was so nice. I
Mini
really,
sausages and beef. Oh, God.
it was so
Oh,
nice. I loved it so much. I miss those. I miss those. You can put them in the
this,
toaster to cook them.
oh,
Brilliant.
no. Oh, God. Oh, I remember going out with someone and she used to get those toast toppers and it just looked like fucking vomit in a little jar that you'd just warm up. Abby's Heinz toast toppers. Oh God, and we just like with creamy ham, bits of ham. Oh, honestly, it looked like vomit. Oh God, I'm sorry.
Um,
I'm making myself feel sick just thinking about it. Move on. Oh God.
okay, so on the 24th of May was the death of the former Prime Minister Harold Wilson, which was he died at the age of 79, so not too bad in innings really. But he
Yeah,
was
no,
the
no, not at all.
but yeah, he was Prime Minister of England. So yeah, that was yeah
Yeah,
quite a
no, no, big one. I've got to start thinking about toast toppers. Oh, honestly, horrible. Anyway, sorry. Let's go on to 2005.
so yeah. We'll take a quick break and then we'll come back with 2005. Hi, welcome back to the year 2005. Boy, have we got some movies for you. We'll kick things off with Kingdom of Heaven on the 6th of May, the movie that starred Orlando Bloom, whose star was pretty high at this point.
Yeah, not one I'm bothered about this. Ridley Scott, I think it was. Was
Yeah,
it?
it's a Ridley Scott movie. Yeah, it's definitely one of his worst movies.
Yeah, I didn't fancy it. If this came out when I was a kid, being medieval times and saw castles and shit, I'd be all over it. But by this point, it didn't do anything for me.
No, no, it's not great. I watched it because of Ridley Scott. I didn't watch it because of Orlando Bloom.
Orlando Bloom.
Uh,
But he was massive, like you say. He'd done Lord of the Rings films. He'd done
it's
God, you mentioned
he's
something else.
not a very good actor. Like he lacks screen presence.
Oh yeah, oh
Um,
that was it. Pirates of the Caribbean as well.
yeah,
But yeah,
which
he was there to look at, wasn't he? I think
yeah,
he got better as he's got older.
yeah. At the time, at this point, I think he was not a good actor. I think he was,
No,
Even in Lord of the Rings, he doesn't deliver his lines. But I
did
think
more
it
wood
may,
than the Elf
yeah,
Forest.
yeah. But on the 13th of May, we had Friday Night Lights, born a TV series of the name. I have no interest in this, so moving
No,
on.
Billy Bob Thornton in it. That's all I
Yeah.
know.
Also on the 13th was Monster in Law, which was it Jennifer Lopez and God, was it Bridget? No, Jane Fonda
Yeah,
was the
no,
other
yeah,
one.
Jane Fonda.
Yeah,
As I said last time, not an amazing film, but it is a Sunday afternoon, Channel 5, just something easy to watch, couple of laughs. Because, again, I worked at Blockbuster. Well, I worked at Game Station inside the Blockbuster at this time. So I basically got 10 free rentals a week. So I just basically rented out any old crap. And this was one of the better ones at that time. In my time, my period, working in the video shop. Anyway,
yeah.
so it'll be a little bit after this, but it's not that bad. You know, I wouldn't go out and buy it, but like I say, Sunday afternoon, Channel 5, give it a try.
Even Kevin Costner.
Especially Kevin Costner. I only like Kevin
How does he make
Costner.
it work?
I only like Kevin Costner in Untouchables.
He's done some. I like a lot of his. Actually, I don't rate him that highly as an actor, but he has done some movies that I actually really like. We won't. This isn't the
Yeah.
Costner cast. So we won't go on to it. On the 13th of May. This is not for me.
It's a worst. I think it's a worst child's play film. And bear in mind we have a series as well now. So with this one, it's obviously Chucky and Tiffany have a baby who's called Glenn, who is a bit unsure of their sexuality as well. It has got a good death scene with John Waters, the legendary director, in it, so it's worth seeing that bit. But the film itself isn't great. Billy Boyd, from again Lord of the Rings, voices Glenn. But yeah, it's one that I've only watched twice. In fact, when I watched a recent Chucky documentary, I could hardly remember any of Seed of Chucky at all. Die Hard fans only. And that's coming from someone who is a big fan of Chucky, but didn't think it was
Die
that
Hard
great.
fans of the Chucky franchise, not fans of the movie series Die Hard.
No. I should say that. Make it a bit clearer. If you really like the Child's Play films, this is the worst one, but you might get something from it. Mainly John Waters.
I just wanted to clear that up in case there's anyone there sitting there with their
John. I love John McClane. Yeah, I know.
I'll have to
Finally,
Chucky now.
I tell you what, though, but it's still probably better than Die Hard 4 and 5.
That wouldn't be hard, mate. That wouldn't be hard.
Oh,
Even the next one was better than Die Hard 4 and 5. So on the 19th of May, Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith. Now,
yeah,
I watched this the first time in the cinema, right? I came out, hated it, right? Then, and I couldn't explain why I hated it. I didn't like it. It was just awful. Then I watched it last month, not last month, April, because we're in June now, not May. And I watched it at the cinema because it's my son's favorite. My 13-year-old son, it's his favorite Star Wars movie. It was Episode 3, and it was his birthday, so we went to watch it for his birthday. And I didn't hate it this time, but I did hate the main plot point of the movie. Because it's the worst plot point throughout the whole trilogy, and that's the love story between Anakin and Padme. It's so bad. It's so bad. There's one bit where, I mean, it's like, I don't believe that George Lucas has ever been in love, right? Because there's one bit where Anakin and Padme are standing outside her apartment or whatever it is on Coruscant. Such a nerd, aren't I? I'm like, oh yeah, throwing down the name of like Coruscant as if it's New York thing. And yeah, and she's like, why are you looking at me like that? And he's like, because you're so beautiful. And she's like, oh, she's like, oh, you're just saying that, to be nice or something like that. And he's like, I'm saying it because I'm so in love. And you're like, oh my God, no one in the history of man ever said that to a woman. Like, not one human being has ever said, you're so beautiful.
It's very
because
wooden.
I'm so in love. And it's just like,
it's very, very wooden.
And there's so many bits where you're just like, because the thing is, right, when Natalie Portman is on screen with anyone else, she's fantastic in this movie. But the second she's on screen with Hayden Christensen, it is awful, and there's no chemistry, which is weird because they were dating when this movie was made. Like,
they must have left it all in the bedroom.
Yeah, but how can you be in a relationship with someone and have zero on-screen chemistry? It's like the least believable romance I've ever seen. And
They're not
it's
together
just
now, though, so that could be why. When it's just a case of like, oh my god, those lines that he's using in the film, they're actually his best lines in real life, you know. And
yeah.
it's like, oh my god.
Oh man, it's just so bad, and it's the bit where like he wakes up with those nightmares, and she goes and sees him, and he's like, "I dreamt that you died in childbirth," sort of thing, and she's like, "Oh, Annie, it's okay," and she's just like totally normal with it, sort of thing.
Mm.
Hey, look,
I,
it's just a dream. Come back to bed. Let's get some sleep. And but it's not. It's just so written in a way that someone has never been in love would write any of these lines. It's like, has George Lucas never woken up with a bad dream to a woman? Right? You wake up in the night with a bad dream next to a woman. She's like, "You're right," and you go, "Oh no, it's had a nightmare." And if she asks, "What was it about?" you then tell her. You don't tell her if she hasn't asked, because you don't want to disturb her sleep, right? Because you're a gentleman. If you just come out
yes.
and go, "Oh, geez, I had a dream you died," you don't do that, right? Yeah, unless she has asked, and even then, you probably don't tell her it's about her. You then say, "Oh no, it
No,
was
it doesn't
just,
matter. Just yeah,
yeah,
I'll be fine. Move on.
yeah, exactly."
You
George
know.
Lucas has never once been in love, despite the fact he's been married multiple times. He has never been in love. That is my absolute theory on this, because it's just so bad. It's so badly written, and like she finds out that he's killed all these kids, and she's still there, willing to give him a chance. And then
That's
he makes
just
this, and then
insane. That.
yeah, and then he makes some speech and it's like, "We can rule the world together, rule the universe together, and make it the way we want it to be." And she's like, "I don't know you," and you're like, "What?" Like, no, 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 no. When he killed a load of kids, that's when you didn't know him anymore. Not when he's turning around saying this now.
I know.
And
Yeah, just
oh,
stay with me. It'll be fine. We'll be fine. We can do this together. It's like you just
it's
murdered a load of children, and not just children, children who sort of like live in that sort of complex and that
yeah,
their city with them and things like
yeah.
that. And then
It's
also
so
the
bad.
woman's pregnant as well. It's a case
Yeah.
of so you're going to be the dad to two other
Well,
kids.
they don't know it's
Yeah,
two at
well,
the
one.
time.
Yeah, sorry, one. Another child. Yeah, yep. Honest to God, there you go, dad of the year.
Mhm.
And it's like, oh, where have it? And then when the kid grows up, how come there's no other kids here in this area we're living in? Oh, your dad murdered them all. What?
It's
It's just crap. But the thing is, with episode 3. It's just all about this is a last prequel, and this is where Anakin becomes Darth Vader. So it's a
but he
case of we
doesn't
just need
earn
to
that.
get to, but we just have to get to this end point.
But the thing is, right, and
That's it.
this is the thing that gets me, right, is that so Return of the Jedi is about the return of Anakin Skywalker.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he can't, but you then think he must have been amazing. Right. As a viewer watching
Right.
Return of the Jedi for the first time, right, and you hear Anakin Skywalker he's Darth Vader, but he's turning back to the light side. And you go, "Man, I'd love to know what he was like as." And then you get this 3-movie arc and the Clone Wars, which he is still not likable in Clone Wars either. He's still a horrible person, and he acts like a brat the whole time. Every time he's told he's not being given rank of master, so unfair. You're in your 20s, mate. That isn't what you do. You're supposed to be a Jedi. But he doesn't earn so the thing is he doesn't earn the arc of redemption, Return of the Jedi, with these movies.
No, I
Like
get that.
there
Because
is no
he's
way.
not likable, and like you say,
No,
he is the main hero. Basically, he is the
but
hero of
he's
the
never
original
the
3.
hero. He's never the hero in any of these 3 movies.
No, I know,
Um,
but he's meant to
I know
be.
he's meant to
He's
be,
like obviously
but he's
the
not
flawed
likable.
hero.
Yeah, but he's not likable. In episode 2, he kills all the sand. Not sorry, not the Tuscan people.
Yeah, the Tusken Raiders. Yeah, yeah.
He kills all the women and children then as well. And then Padme's still like, "Oh, Annie," and you're like, "No, no, not oh, Annie. Did you not hear him? He said, 'I killed them. I killed them all. Not just the men, but the women.'" and the children, and you're like,
And I'll do it again.
And you're like, you're still gonna let him stick it in you and have a baby with you, despite the fact he's just done that. Like, no, like you
Oh
can't. There's
God.
no way you come back from that.
No,
And
no, I know.
And he's so unlike. The thing is, it's not even Hayden Christensen's fault, right? It's just the fact that Anakin Skywalker is so badly written. He's written better in the Clone Wars cartoon, right? In the Clone Wars series, he's much better written in that. But but the thing is, as soon as Padme is on the scene in those cartoons, he's written badly again. Like, he's not written badly again. He's written in a way that you don't like him, because he is jealous in the cartoons as well, and controlling. That she ends up
I
doing
know what you
stuff
mean.
behind his back,
He's
and and you're like, yeah, I don't blame you, love. Like, you should not be in this relationship. Like, he is
no,
awful.
no. It's an abusive relationship, more or less. Because again, because he'd been told, oh yeah, you're like the savior type thing. He's got this god complex from like minute one, more or less. Where
And
it's
that's the
like,
thing,
yes, well,
right?
yeah,
They should never have done that with the Star Wars characters. Like, they should never have made it that he was like Space Jesus.
no. Anyway, let's
Um,
move on. Otherwise, we'll be
oh man!
here all night.
But on saying that though, it was a actually that has really entertaining bits in that movie. I was going to say Liam Neeson. He's not in it. He was in a cut scene from that film, but he's not in it. But Ewan McGregor is unbelievably good in episode 3.
Yeah, he's really settled in now to that role fully.
Yeah,
But that's what I mean. He
he's the
progressed
hero
really
of,
well. He
yeah,
progressed really, really well in
yeah,
that trilogy.
and
You know.
likable. Like, he's likable throughout the 3 films,
Yeah, no,
and
but
you
yeah,
root
straight
for
away.
him, even
But
though
then
you know
again,
he's going to die as well.
but look at his relationship with Qui-Gon in episode 1, where he's like, obviously Qui-Gon was, outranked him, but he had the respect, and he was like willing to learn and wait and be patient, and obviously that's what Anakin should have been like, but never was.
Yeah.
But maybe that's why he just got swayed by the dark side so easily, because it's just a case of the fastest way to power. But anyway,
Yeah.
moving on.
But before we move on, one last thing that I saw something about with Anakin Skywalker / Darth Vader.
Go on, it's only
is
been
that
65 minutes on Star Wars.
Mate, that I could do like a 3-hour
No,
podcast
I
alone
know.
on episode 3. He was 22 and a few months apparently when he turned to the dark side, and
Right, okay.
when he died, he was 45. So that meant he was the perfect balance between light and dark.
Oh, right, okay. That's quite a nerdy fact to know, isn't
Isn't
it?
it just? Yeah, I found that out today, and I was like, oh. Anyway, so 27th is All Gone Pete Tong, as it did for Anakin. All
Yeah.
Gone Pete Tong, for those who are not English, is a Mockney rhyming slang for "it's gone wrong," and it's based on the name of the DJ Pete Tong. But the film is about a DJ who's deaf. He's an Arsenal fan,
Yes.
and it's
Yes.
yeah. Oh God, what's the actor's name?
It's Paul Kaye.
Paul Kaye, thank you.
Yes. He
But
played
Paul Kaye
Dennis Pennis.
He did, yeah.
In other TV shows, and he was also in Game of Thrones. I can't remember his
He was in
character in Game of Thrones.
It was one of the lords. It was one of the Knights of Light or something, wasn't it?
Yeah. But this is meant to be part true story, if I'm
It's
remembering
based on the
correctly.
true story, but it's not
Yeah.
directly.
It's not.
It's a different
It's
name
not historically
Yeah.
correct, but because he loses hearing as a dance DJ, he learns to do his mixing and everything by feeling the vibrations of the beats and everything like that. So it's not bad. Again, it's
'Cause he
something that I'll probably watch again.
Yeah, he loses his hearing at Highbury watching Arsenal.
Yes.
Which is funny because everyone used to call it the library.
No.
Yeah, it's clearly loud enough for Paul Kaye to lose his hearing. Yeah. But yeah, so it's a good movie actually. I haven't seen it in a very long time.
Not since it came out.
Yeah.
I've only ever watched it once.
I've watched it once. I would like to watch it again, actually. One film I won't like to watch again is also released on 27th, The Pacifier with Vin Diesel.
No,
Yeah.
never watched it. It's one of the Disney family type things.
Yeah,
I'm
up
sure
there
it's
with
a
like the
Disney
Tooth
movie.
Fairy with The Rock.
Yeah, just crap where it's like
Yeah.
a big action star put into a kids' family film. Not my cup of tea. Well, not. I'd watch it now if, like, you know, with kids, but back then just would not interest me at all.
No. So music then, singles, we have 2 number 1 month, and that are Lonely by Akon and Lila by Oasis.
Not terrible, but this is what I mean, right? Before, when I was on about the other Oasis album, well, the other Oasis song, you could probably get, oh God, I'd say from after 1997, or in fact, going to 2000, that's Standing in the Shoulders of Giants, you could probably get a good solid 6-track album from songs that I actually like in their, you know, albums from 2000 to 2009 when this. So yeah, things like Importance of Being Idle, Layla, maybe a couple of others. But I'm scraping the barrel a little bit.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of this. Albums then, Speed of Sound is still number 1 for 2 weeks. The Coldplay album.
I hate Coldplay.
Finishing the month is Don't Pahunk With My Heart by Black Eyed Peas.
Oh,
I think it's meant to be pronounced funk because it's PH, but I would say that is because there is an actual way of saying funk, spelling funk with an F, which is FUNK. So I would say this is Pahunk.
No, I've always read it as Don't Funk With My Heart. Yeah,
but it's PH.
I don't. No. It's just crazy spelling, isn't it? You know, seen better spelling on some Facebook groups, and that's saying a lot.
Difficult, I won't.
I just don't like Black Eyed Peas. You know, they were really popular around this time though. They had a good 5 or 6 years where everyone would go mad with like that song "Where Is the Love" and that other one. No, that was a Hanson song called that as well. That's not "Where's the Love." That was "Where's the Love," and Where Is the. There is a difference. And the other one, what was it? What called? Just awful Black Eyed Peas songs. They always played them. Anyway, my mind's gone blank amazingly, despite it. They just always get stuck in my head. Apart from now, when I actually need bad examples of awful Black Eyed Peas songs.
And the bass
I think they're still going.
Running.
What's?
They are still going. But Fergie did have a breakout career as well, though, didn't she? And has been on a lot of television shows.
Christ almighty.
Yeah. Anyway, speaking of TV,
yes. Let's move on. Let's do something good.
On the 10th of May on Channel 4 was the Bring Back series with Justin Lee Collins, where he would he brought back like different actors and stuff like that, or different people together, singers like that, to together just to do like a TV show. It wasn't very good, but he did things like Grange Hill, The A-Team, Star Wars, Fame, Star Trek, and The Goonies. It's no, you don't want to talk about that. Cool. Love Island debuted, but not the Love Island that we love now. It was this was the ITV one. It was Love Island, but it wasn't the same Love Island that you get on Channel 4. This had Patrick Kelty as one of the hosts.
Christ almighty. Do you know what? I must have stopped watching TV by this point.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, that's awful.
So let's move on then. To The Thick of It on BBC 4, the 19th of March. Peter Capaldi's opus.
Yes, and still so good when you watch it now. What scares me the most is, like, especially with politics nowadays, how some things just sound so ridiculous but happen in real life. It's like The Thick of It. You know, I've had so many memorable moments, but I think anyone into, you know, who's a bit younger and show before would be like going, well, we've seen that happen in real life now. But 20 years ago, everything was just like people would be sacked, for mistakes made in this comedy series of he was a spin doctor, wasn't he? Was he for the Tories?
Well, he's just.
Or did he not say?
It doesn't say. They don't have who's who. But 2005,
Right.
it would have been Labour Party.
Yeah. So yeah. It's because it starts
Um,
off really well with a sacking, doesn't it? It's a case of
yeah,
you've brought shame upon the party, so you're gonna need to go. And the MP was just like, but I don't want to go yet. It's like, no, I'm sorry, you have to. And we'll
well, he
make up a
doesn't say no,
story.
sorry, does he? He says you can fuck
Yeah,
off, and he calls people the C word all the time.
it's amazing. It's
It's so
so
good.
funny. And they
It's
are all
fantastic.
on iPlayer.
And there was also the movie In the Loop as well, where it's
Yes.
set in America. It's got James Gandolfini in that, and Billy. It's not Billy. Who's the? There's
Woman in it.
another. I can't remember, but it is a really good movie. It's very funny as well. So
Yeah.
moving on to games, we actually have some games for the first time.
Yay.
So on the 5th of May, which came out 2 weeks before the movie, was Star Wars Episode 3: Revenge of the Sith on the PS2, Xbox, and Game Boy Advance. Game Boy Advance version, obviously, very different to the PS3 and PS2 and Xbox version. It's actually pretty good, but there's quite a good Star Wars game, to be honest. The combat's fantastic in it. But yeah, it does spoil the entire movie. So if you bought this, you would literally know the story of the movie, which is mad, right? They released it 2 weeks before. It's
Yeah,
mental.
it's quite surprising because well, a little bit earlier when you have a look at things like Batman the movie, Untouchables, or whatever, Predator the game, they'd be after the film, but for the game to come out first, I don't know if that's just really really bad timing or if you're just going no let's really buy into this Star Wars hype, and
Yeah,
I seem to remember it being
unless
popular.
the movie came out earlier in America.
No, but even so over here, it's like it's
Yeah,
still going to ruin it for you.
it is. On the 13th of May, another game came out, which was Forza Motorsport on the Xbox. Now, this was their answer to Gran Turismo. This isn't the Horizon, still popular today. The Forza Motorsport series was, it was basically Gran Turismo, but it was good as well. The only thing is, though, I think the series really took off with 3 when they started introducing like Top Gear and things like that into it. But it was a very good series. I didn't like the most recent one that came out on the current generation. I thought that was quite poor and not fully fledged like the older ones. So yeah, but it was very very good game at the time. Obviously a bit late for the Xbox because the Xbox 360 comes out later this year. In 2005, not this year. So yeah, a bit late in the day for it to come out of here. But I do remember not playing. I didn't play this one, but I did play Forza Motorsport 2. That was my first Forza game, and I probably put about 150 hours into that. And then I do like the series, but not the most recent one. Forza Motorsport 7 I really enjoyed as well. But you can't buy any of the Forza games other than the most recent one on Xbox.
I never, because I'm not into me actual proper driving games. It's not one I ever with. I remember it coming out. I do like the original Xbox. It's probably my 4th favorite console, and I think like there was good, solid, exclusive games, But again, because I wasn't bothered about Gran Turismo, it's not the type of thing I'd have gone for. It's not. It's never going to be Burnout 3.
No. So on the 5th of May in the UK news, Labour were returned to power for a third term with a greatly reduced majority of 66 seats, considering their landslide the previous one. But the Lib Dems win the most seats for any third party since 1923 with 62 MPs. It was obviously Labour got a bit of heat for helping out America from the public, which fair play.
Yeah, it seemed to be this was the big turning point, wasn't it? Which like more or less torpedoed Labour,
Yeah.
and yeah, that was more or less the beginning of the end, I would say,
It was.
around this election. But
On
anyway,
the, on
moving
the
on.
9th of May, the Sellafield nuclear plant's Thorpe processing facility in Cumbria is closed down due to a confirmation of a 20-ton leak of highly radioactive uranium and
God,
plutonium fuel through a fractured pipe. 20
lovely
tons.
stuff.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
On the 12th of May, Malcolm Glazer gains United after securing 70% of the share, ending more than 30 years of ownership by the Edwards family. And we all know that has bloody well for Manchester United.
But the thing is, he still had quite a few good solid years, even when the Glaziers came in.
Yeah, but they had
A lot.
Fergie still, right? And
Yeah, yeah.
he knew how to get he knew how to get the best out of players. So yeah, unfortunately, for Manchester United fans, this was the beginning of the end for their club. Now that they have no staff, the roofs are leaking. Yeah, the roofs are as leaky as their defence. There we go.
Very true.
21st of May, Arsenal become the first team to win FA Cup on penalties after they defeat Manchester United shootout. That follows a 0-0 draw.
The most boring match, but it was getting the trophy is what
Yeah.
mattered. I just remember the amount of stick I got from my United supporting mates. I watched this in the pub, and
Arsenal would win for 9 years.
I know, which is quite depressing.
Yeah.
But bearing in mind, they went through like a massive overhaul and a different way of doing things. Yeah, it's just probably not the most glamorous way, but at the end of the day, trophy and another, and it was really the end of that really, really world class era, because you just saw the quality
It was
draining
also the last
from
game
that
for
team.
Patrick Vieira as well.
Yeah.
On the 25th of May, Liverpool win their 5th European Cup, beating AC Milan on penalties following a 3-3 draw in Istanbul. They were 3-0 down at half-time, brought on Didi Hamann at half-time and changed the game.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just to say, Jimmy Traore has won a Champions League medal. Jimmy Traore.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Amazing, isn't it? So then that's it. We'll move on to 2015 right after this. Hello, welcome back to the year 2015. Okay, so movies we'll go straight into. On the 15th of May, Mad Max Fury Road. Max.
Well, no wonder he's mad if you keep getting the name wrong.
Yeah, he's furious, you might say. Mad Max Fury Road on the 15th. This is the one with Tom Hardy.
Such a good film.
Yeah, what's the
Charlize Theron.
That's it. Thank you. Yeah.
Yes.
It's a
this
great
is
movie.
amazing.
It's literally like there's set piece after set piece after set piece in this movie. Like it doesn't give you a break to catch your breath. It's just like, no, we're going. We're on it.
As soon as the chase is on, as soon as that chase is on, it does not slow down.
No.
And again, because it's the original director George Miller. I know he did the Furiosa as well, but we were saying with this one, he was doing practical effects. So when you've actually got the drummer, the guitarist, and actually on the massive trucks and everything, they're actually doing this thing, with the chases and everything. It's really, really good. Like,
it is.
This is one of probably the best films I saw that year.
Very, very good movie. Yeah, I love it.
I think that's why Furiosa got not exactly stick because I've not watched it myself yet, but people say it's nowhere near as good as Fury Road. and obviously it's a bit of a prequel to it. Well, it is a prequel to it, but I think Fury Road, because it was I'm just trying to work out how many years ago, 30 years after Mad Max 3, roughly, Beyond the Thunderdome.
Oh, I hate
It was
that.
like quite but this is what I mean, because not many people really like number 3, but this was probably quite close to 1 and 2. It's like
My dad
down and
loved number
dirty.
3 because he's a massive Tina Turner fan.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so he loved that.
It was popular. But it didn't
1
have the
and 2 are
grittiness.
fantastic movies.
Oh,
I
yeah,
think Fury
sure.
Road's great. Furiosa's okay, but
Right, okay.
it's yeah,
Okay.
it's a. I think the problem with it is it seems inconsequential because it's a prequel. Does that make sense?
Yeah. No, of course. Because
Um,
again, with prequels, you know where the destination is.
yeah. So this
So
is just
I've not watched it, but I see thingy in it, Chris.
Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah, Hemsworth, and I know he's going to become the guy in Fury Road with the breathing apparatus and stuff all over his face.
Yeah,
I think.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it
Yeah.
just seems very inconsequential, right?
So
To
I
me.
know
So
he's not. I know he isn't going to die. So
this
you
is what I
could
mean about
do
it. It's a
anything
good
to him.
movie, but I would say unnecessary.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I totally agree with that.
22nd of May.
Yeah.
22nd of May. Tomorrowland came out, which is George Clooney. But basically based on the Tomorrowland, like the Tomorrowland, the Disney park that they made.
No one cares. No one ever. Right. When was the last time you ever heard this film mentioned? I didn't even know it existed until
Right.
I was in Cash Generator. I looked at it and went, "Oh
So
yeah, that's a
I
thing."
really like this movie.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. Because I'm a massive Disney nerd. Right, and to
Yeah,
see
that's
some of the
fine.
stuff
But
that was in
who?
concept, because a lot of the stuff was like concepted, right, by Disney, by Walt Disney. Right,
Right.
a lot of the stuff in this movie, so it's really great to be able to see like these things come to life. Yeah, I really like this movie. I think it's quite good. San Andreas on the 29th, the movie I've not seen.
The Rock. It's okay, but I can't really tell you anything what happens in it. I just know that it's got The Rock in a helicopter. I don't remember anything else. It's basically The Rock. When he did this, he did Rampage as well. He went through like a period of very, very average but forgettable films as well, And yeah, uh, uh, sometimes we get asked for this at work, and I go, "Oh yeah, that's the thing." But every time I hear San Andreas, I think of GTA game and not the film with The Rock in.
So move on to music then. For the singles, we have Cheerleader by Omi. Do you know that?
No.
Me either. So albums, the first album that was number 1, Stages by Josh Groban.
Yeah, I know I know of him, but I don't know the album.
I do not. The Magic Whip by Blur.
It's just had a 10th anniversary release. I don't know what extra stuff's on there, but
okay.
by this point, I've
There's
given
a few
up on
tracks.
Blur. I've given up.
Good tracks. It's good few tracks. Wilder Mind, Mumford and Sons.
Hate that band. Moving on.
And The Desired Effect by Brendan Flowers.
From Killers.
The Killers.
Nah, no. I like the first Killers album. From 2004, I think that one was. But yeah, I just no. That's a very, very bad month for music.
Yeah, I wasn't a massive fan of this month of music. So then we move on to television. On BBC Three on the 6th of May, we had Murder in Cessville. Have you watched this yet?
No, because we talked about this obviously in our failed recording. It listed it on IMDb to say it was on iPlayer, and I've looked and it isn't. So I need to find another way of tracking it down.
Okay, so this was made by Tom Davis, the big comedian. I think he's from the Midlands or something. He's a large man. Yeah, and he basically plays a detective, and each week he's given a new celebrity partner to solve the murder of another celebrity, but the celebrity is not actually a celebrity; it's someone playing the celebrity, and then there's other celebrity suspects and things, and it's just so fun. Like, it is just brilliant comedy. There is an American version on Netflix, which is, I can't remember what it's called, but yeah, it's got Will
Arnett.
the one Arnett.
Will
Yeah,
Arnett. Yes, I might give this a try first because if the English one's better, I'll be in for a treat.
you will be in for a treat, yeah, because it is actually very, very good. But yeah, so some of the celebrities that he partner with: Jamie Lang, Greg James, Dermot O'Leary, Chris Kamara, Richard Osman, and Martin Kemp. The Chris Kamara one is my absolute favourite.
I need to watch this. I really, really do need to
Like,
watch it because
Chris Kamara
it
one is
sounds
just
good.
off the fucking. It's just so good because you can tell he has no idea. He really tries to play it straight as the cop partner, and
Right.
you can see that he has no idea where Tom Davis is going to with. Because you're like, I don't think Tom Davis is scripted his bits. I reckon he's ad-lib because of the way that his celebrity the celebrity partner reacts. It's just, you've got to watch it to be able to see that. I've not been able to see whether or not it was ad-libbed, but if you watch it, you'll see that he's like, he must be just making this stuff up as he goes along, because the way that like I say, the way they react to what he says, especially when Chris Kamara, because he's really trying to play it straight.
Right.
But yeah, that's wonderful. It's such good comedy, man. It really is.
Oh, right. Okay. I've really got to try and find that. You made it sound good last time, and now I'm like, I really need to see it.
So on the 30th, then, not such a good comedy, is the John Bishop Show.
Oh God, I know. First of all, I wasn't just coughing at that, but oh my God, yeah, the John Bishop one. I've never really got him. I know he's popular, but I don't know. I just see him as now one of those recent Saturday night entertainers. But yeah, I know loads of people like him, but
He's supposed to be
just
really good
not one
live.
for me. Yeah, yeah. I mean, like, I don't dislike him. He's not like Michael McIntyre or something like that, where I have to really turn the TV off or start screaming at it. But no, I just go no, because he's in Doctor Who for a bit, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah,
Yeah,
forgot about that. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, let's
I
move on to
know.
games then.
Yes.
So, games released this month. We have Wolfenstein: The Old Blood on Xbox One, PS4, and PC. This was meant to be a expansion to the New Blood of Wolfenstein that came out the previous year, but they ended up
Yeah.
releasing it as a standalone release. It was because it was quite substantial. I love these two games so much. They're just an alternate take on, like, the Germans winning World War II.
Yeah. See, I've only played the New Blood. I've never played Old. But what I liked about, well, I say both of them because I know obviously they're both very narrative driven. Compared to the original Wolfenstein game, or games, which just go around and shoot people. I think, like you just touched on, they're obviously giving a historical twist, and actually coming up with a decent story,
Oh, it
for
is like,
these.
and the second one, the new Colossus, man. I hate having to start that game again because the opening of that game is so gross. Yeah, I can't deal with it. It literally made my stomach turn. I couldn't go back to it for like 2-3 months, and then I was like, right, okay, then I'm ready to return. And I'm glad I did, because that series is so good. Machine Games are such a great developer, and we've just recently done Indiana Jones as well. And I love their games; they're so good.
Yeah, no, they've obviously got talent and got a good run of titles,
And the
definitely.
thing is, all three of the Wolfenstein games are regularly under $5 online, or they're part of Game Pass if you've got Game Pass. But They are
No, but let's not go there.
Yeah, they're literally always under a fiver. So you might as well
Yeah.
just also, on the Xbox One, PS4, and PC was Cars from Slightly Mad Studios, who worked on Need for Speed Shift and Shift 2. I really like this game. I played this at EGX in that year. It would have been 2014. I went to EGX, and I played this. I played this. I played Forza Horizon 2, and Drive Club, and I was most impressed with Project Cars. Although now Drive Club is like my favorite racing. But Project Cars at the time, I absolutely adored this game. I played it so much when it came out. So this is more of a simulation game again. So probably not your cup of tea.
No. Do you think Tommy liked it? Because obviously, I know you mentioned Drive Club.
He might have done. I don't know. I know Aaron. He liked Project Cars. I think. I hope I've probably just thrown him under a bus. And I freaking hate this game. But I love them. I love the first two anyway. Project Cars and Project Cars 2 are really good. Project Cars 3 goes really arcadey. It's not as good at all.
No, they don't do anything for me again. I think
really
I'd be struggled to make. Go on.
Slightly Mad Studios were. I really thought the first two games were amazing. Both their Need for Speed Shift games as well. They got bought by Codemasters, and then Codemasters got purchased by EA, and EA closed down Slightly Mad Studios.
But it happens so much around this time.
Codemasters are about to be closed down by EA. So
I know, which is crazy.
Do a GoFundMe and buy that company.
Codemasters, a company that have been around for
over 40 years.
Odd years. You know, it's absolutely insane. You know, but because obviously we did the Dirt games as well, Codemasters, didn't they?
Oh man, Dirt Rally 2 is like the absolute apex of rally games for me.
This is what I mean. Codemasters have done so much over the years, but anyway, it's a depressing topic.
So Project Cars you can't buy on any digital stores, so you have to get a disc if you want to play it.
Yeah, I did have a look after we had the failed recording. I had a quick look, just thought if it's a few quid, I might just give it a quick dabble. But yeah, sadly, no dice.
No, luckily I have Project Cars and Project Cars 2 on my PS5, both digitally. Invisible Ink came out on PC. Now this was from Plea Entertainment. Don't Starve, Mark of the Ninja, the Shank games. This is
like the start of the indie explosion. Well, I say indie / smaller studios.
I think that started in around about 2009, 2008.
Really? That early?
Yeah.
Okay. I never would class it that early. I was thinking,
mate, I was
around this time.
2008.
Oh, yeah, but
I loved playing indie games back then. But yeah, Invisible Ink. This is like a isometric grid-based strategy spy game. It's very good. I got it when it came out on PS4 a year later, maybe this year as well. But yeah, I got that. I was always hoping they were going to do a Vita port. They didn't, but it's out now on Switch. So if you want to play it portably, that's the way to do it. Or get a Steam Deck if you're one of those people. Also coming out was the biggest game this month, which has just been announced that it sold over 60 million copies, is The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, which came out on Xbox One, PS4, and PC. Later came out on Switch. This is a truly fantastic game. This was the game that really broke the series out into the mainstream. The Witcher and The Witcher 2, which are based on Polish novels by the same name. And yeah, it's a fantastic open world RPG. You play this guy called Geralt. You get to there's like some of the storylines and quests that are in there are, you don't have to follow the same path through as everyone else. There's like different things you can, some quests you can go to, some quests you don't need to. It just depends how you're playing really and which which way you want to do it. But yeah, you are this guy called Geralt. He's a witcher, and he can take down big monsters, and that's what he's paid to do. Really, is to go and do that. He's a gun for hire, but he doesn't have a gun. He has a sword. Yeah, there's love interests in it as well. I'm a Yennefer man, so that's who my waifu was in that game. But yeah, absolutely brilliant game. Regularly like a $5 on PSN and Xbox.
It's on the PlayStation Plus as well. You know, because again, I had a quick look at that and downloaded it. Probably never to play it as it just sits there for ages. I just never have time for massive RPGs.
Pull. So yeah, that was a very important game. Like I say, if you haven't played it, play it, because Witcher 4 might come out in the next 10 years. Do you know what's really sad, which made me realise something today, is that I've probably only got like 2 GTAs left in me in my life. That's pretty mad.
What a weird way of
I was just thinking about how long
doing
it
the
takes to
maths.
make games. Yeah. So anyway, the last game that we have for you today is Splatoon Wii U. Now, I didn't play the first one. I did play the second one a lot, and I really liked it. So this is Nintendo making their online shooter, and you play some squid kids who, when they can like dive into this paint, and if they're in the same color paint that you are, that you dive into, it's the same color as the color of your character, you can go faster to be able to move through the paint easier. If it's the opposite color, it slows you down and gives you down. But yeah, it's all about like trying to take over the map with the color that your team's color. Yeah, it's a very, very Nintendo way of making an online shooter, and it's very good fun. It is very good fun. It's so big, in fact, in Japan that it has has concerts with the characters and stuff. So
I never played this. It's the type of thing that 10 years earlier, so like, back in, say, the GameCube era, something like that, I'd probably absolutely loved playing games like this, back when you used to have like loads of gaming nights and things. But I think to play it either online or just play it, say, 2-player, I don't think I get too much out of it. Where every time I see any of the Splatoon games,
super limited in the second.
Yeah. But I just think with this, if you got mates round, and it's like, I don't know, even a few years early, like when car hit, like 5 years earlier and stuff, so like 2010 even. I just think it's a type of title that you play with a group of mates rather than just one-on-one or something. So because my gaming habits had changed by 2015, it's just like, no, nothing for me, sadly.
That is good fun. So but obviously that game is now no longer playable online, because the Wii U's online has all closed down. Sad times. Yes. In the news, on the 2nd of May, Duchess of Cambridge gives birth to a daughter at St Mary's Hospital. Charlotte Elizabeth Diana is the name. On the 4th of May, the 2015 World Snooker Championship concludes with Stuart Bingham defeating Shaun Murphy 18-15 in the final to win his first world title. Yeah, on the 16th of May, the Church of Scotland votes to allow the ordination of gay ministers in civil partnerships.
Okay.
Yeah. About time.
Yes.
21st of May, cashless payments now exceed the coins, with cash volumes expected to fall by 30% over the next 10 years. I would imagine
that probably happened, though,
especially due to COVID.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
Yeah,
for sure.
I mean, I can't even remember the last time I had cash.
See, I do, like I say, I've got cash on me. I had a cash in my wallet, which is about £19, and I thought that'll do me for a few days, But yeah, it's honest to God, I do always have cash on me. I'm not one of those who go like cash is and stuff. But no, I just like having actual money on me. You know,
You're so
I
retro,
hate just
aren't you?
having card. Oh no, of course. You know, but I absolutely just love having some actual cash
I don't
on
even
me.
carry my wallet around anymore. My phone.
Really?
Yeah,
Wow.
I don't use cards. I just use Apple Pay.
No, I don't. I don't like that. I mean, I do use my card quite a bit, but no, I
You're
don't
so
like it.
stuck in the 90s,
No,
aren't
I
you?
know. I just
Oh,
don't.
buddy.
I just want. I want to have some actual money on me as well.
Do you
You
try and
know.
swipe the card still when you do
No,
use it?
no. I still do tap. I just do the tap.
You're
Still,
like, I am
I
signing
still.
for this.
I
You swipe.
know. Excuse me. Do you, I've got my checkbook out. You know. I told you though, like before. Well, I always say to the young ones, at work, it's like because a lot of them are like early 20s. When I started out, we used to have people paying by check, and you had to do the imprint of the check and everything. Write down the check, and it was an absolute
Yeah.
ball ache, you know.
I
And
remember
then,
my
yeah,
favorite thing was when you had, so say it was close to payday, right? And you're like, okay, I
yeah,
haven't got to actually pay for this. But you go into a place that you knew would do cash back, but they'd do it with that thing where you'd put your card in that machine, like a machine, they'd like scroll it over it and they'd just give
yeah,
you like a paper receipt and then they put that paper in the till and that would take
yeah.
like 5 days to clear
Oh yeah,
and
no,
you'd get
yeah,
cash
yeah.
back and you'd be like, right, Jesus, now I can go out tonight. You
I know.
know?
No, no, it sounds like something mental, doesn't it?
Yeah,
But here we
but that
are,
was
you
those
know.
were the things. And I remember you used to be able to like if you knew like payday was a couple of days away and you didn't have much petrol, you could go to the pay at the pump ones, spend £1, like, and it would only take £1 and you'd fill up your car and you'd be like, now it's £20
I know,
minimum. And you're like,
I know.
you bastard, you're closing all the loopholes. Stop
No,
closing the
I know.
loopholes.
Oh God.
Dear. On the 22nd of May, an earthquake of magnitude of 0.2 has felt across East Kent. I do remember that being on the news. It was only 10 years ago, so I should remember.
No, yeah, I do. I remember that.
On the 30th of May, Arsenal win the FA Cup, defeating Aston Villa 4-0.
Yes, I do remember that because I was amazed at that scoreline.
I was too. I was worried about that one, especially after the way that we nearly didn't win against Hull the year before.
Yeah, because they went behind, didn't they? That whole.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, I think it was just like the shell shock. I was like, you know,
But yeah, so that is the years that were. Thank you very much for joining me again, Paul.
no worries. I know it's almost like deja vu, but no, I'm looking forward to now getting cracking into the new content for what we've been up to or themed or anything like that. So yes, you know to give me a
Yeah,
shout.
I need to get Danny tied down to some actual thing. As yeah, he's been away, so I need to get him
Yes,
back.
we haven't killed him,
No,
to
and it
quote
seems that
Lee
way.
Gentleman. I know. It's like a case
uh,
of like, oh my god, these two Arsenal fans have got rid of a Spurs fan.
yeah,
Oh god. Anyway,
only if they beat PSG in the Super Cup.
well,
Um,
yeah.
anyway,
This is a real reason, isn't it? It's like we're not having banging on about winning trophy.
I want that. Anyway, thank you very much for listening. Join us next time when we find out where is the love.